Wow, got a good score. These are some more guns from my toy collection. This particular one was very, very popular in the 1980s. It's Japanese. This is a Perv repeater firing little darts. You break it like that. Open this right. And then in here, you actually place the little darts. Let's try placing one in a chamber. There we are. Place one into there. There's another one inside. And then you close it up, point it at the target, pull the trigger. And then the action for reloading isn't like this. It's one of those very strong springs you pull back, and now it's set for another bang. So there's a lot of power in this. The air that comes out of it is astonishing, really. That's been a very, very popular toy with young children back in the 80s. A Spud Gun, probably the earliest I've ever come across, but I never actually had one until now. This is good old retro stuff that keeps coming out. All you do is get a spud, you put the barrel into the top of the spud, there's a little slug of potato there now, and then you fire at your target. Give a good pull, and it's quite a shot, quite a slug. The thing is, the potato is quite moist, so it forms a nice airtight seal, and when you're pulling the trigger like that, it creates a nice, strong, airtight vacuum. Air seal for it. A very simple little one, this, which I've had for a number of years. It's just a lazy tongs action when you pull the trigger, shoot and grab they call it. I could actually pick up something quite light between the jaws there and then bring it back to my other hand if I wanted to. So a nice little version of the lazy tongs action in the form of a gun. Another one I've had for many years, supposed to fire, well, confetti really, but this is trying to fire a streamer. It's one of those party guns. Pull the trigger and woo, that's nice. A little bit of streamer comes out. There's quite a number of elastic band guns around. These are some of them, and one of the guns I've got actually has a nice little target, or series of targets. So when you pull the trigger, oh, missed it. Oh, nearly hit it. Down a bit. Oh, there we hit, and so on. And the other version I've got comes from an extraordinary American company that makes everything you can imagine. This is just a small pistol, but they make rifles, they even make machine guns with hundreds and hundreds of elastic bands. And this is beautiful. Oh, it's shot down the entire target. Wonderful stuff. A Japanese company in the 1980s came up with a lovely idea. It relied originally on a little small can like this of party string, but that's long since gone, so I've had to put another one on it. It looks like a machine gun, and when you pull the trigger, it's supposed to fire a stream of string. Well, sort of. Oh yes, that's better. So that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Instead of just pulling a can, pushing a can, you have to pull the trigger. I like things like that. The other section I've got are a number of bubble guns which fire bubbles, and in this particular case you've got to, having fired the bubble, you've then got to shoot the bubble down with a water pistol. So here you've got water at the bottom and you've got bubble mixture at the top. So you have to push this up like this. Oops. And then fire and fire and oh, hit him and him and him, got him and him, and so on. You got the idea, I think. Another version which I like very much indeed, but it doesn't have a water pistol, is this one here, again from Japan, superbly crafted. And this has got bubble mixture here, and when you pull the trigger, it does this wonderful action. What I loved about this was when I looked inside, I discovered that instead of having little bubble wands, it's just got a chain that turns round. So the bubble mixture at the bottom, the chain goes through it and picks up the bubble mixture, and then air coming through blows it forward. And there's lights and noise and everything else to go with it. What a wonderful piece that is. And probably the best of all my toy guns is this one here. It's hardly even a toy, it's actually a very light pistol made in Austria. This is a beautiful presentation box of the object. The one I'm going to have a go at firing outside is this one here. So this is no more than just a little cap gun, makes a loud bang. But when you put this thing on the front, which looks a bit like a silencer, actually it's a flare launcher. When you pull the trigger and it's loaded, and it's of course not loaded at the moment, a spark comes forward and hits a propellant in this little very light pistol piece. It ignites the propellant and this thing goes about 80 foot up in the air and lands with all the propellant used up. So that goes in there like that. You pull the trigger and it lights the propellant, and makes a wonderful flare, red, green, blue or yellow. I think there's about four colours, up in the air and lands about 40 yards away on the grass. An amazing toy. They made originally the version which was just a single shot one, but the point is, if you're doing this at night time, you've got tiny, tiny little caps, literally the size of these little things here, and to try to do those in the dark is just impossible. So I was very relieved when a few years later he made a revolver version where you can have 6 firing chambers, 6 caps kept in here, and all you do is feed in another flare and another flare and another flare, and you can fire off 6 flares in rapid succession. Absolutely amazing bit of engineering by Gerhard Goperter. Look out for it when you're in Austria. So we're ready to fire this little creature. Here's a white one, a white flare. Put it in. The spark's going to hit it, and we'll see if we can get some action. About there. There. Wow. Let's try another colour. This one is green. Put it in. Turn the barrel a bit further round, and let's see if we can get a green one to go. About there. Oops. Oops. This one here. Oof. All that's left, which falls to the ground, is one of these, but empty. It had all the propellant taken out of it, you see. So we'll try one more. This one is supposed to be yellow. Wow.